Hello and welcome to Train Sim TV. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at the second phase of the Dorset Coast route from Golden Age developments. What we're doing is a scenario that comes with the route, however I've slightly modified it. It's meant to be with a bullied Pacific, but I drove that on the stream. I've actually swapped it for this Class 33 in green livery, so at least it's old. We're going to join this here at Wareham. And we're going to take it through to Weymouth. So we've cut out phase one. If you want to see what phase one looked like, we have. I'm pretty certain there's a video somewhere in our list. If I can find it, I'll link it. But phase two is the bit we want to see really, and what I want to show off on this video. So phase one's had bits and pieces done to it as well. It has had some refinements and stuff to scenery along the original part, and of course it's the main attraction for this, of course, is the extension from Wareham down to Weymouth, which is a sizable extension, as you can see. So we are here just before the Swanage branch, which goes down this way. We're going to travel to the west and down to the coast to Weymouth. It also includes the tramway as well in full detail and glory. It's an absolute hellfire little section of route, and we'll have a quick look down there when we get to Weymouth as well to show you. There's all sorts going on. We've got all the depots and sheds and stuff like that. There's plenty to see and do. Dorchester's very interesting as well. It's obviously its old layout and weird occurrences what happened with the platform, which we'll talk about in a bit. The route's not currently available to download. Phase 1 is also not currently available. That's been taken away from the site in preparation for V2. Now V2 is available for donators currently. I'm not always sure if people still donate now to get a copy or not. I don't know how it works. We was really kindly approached by Monty, who is part of the team at GAD, and asked us if we would like to have a copy to stream and show. Massive thanks again to the guys there. And it's a pleasure to be able to show it ahead of its release. We are good to go. Let's put some power down and get on our way to our first stop, which I think is Wool, or Wool. It says Wool, but I think it's Wool. The pronunciation. If it's not, I do apologise. Main reason for doing this is with a diesel is just because there's so much to try and keep on top of and do with a steam loco. I won't be able. I'll end up making an absolute mess of it while I'm trying to talk, show stuff, and try and fire a loco. So I've just thought we'll do it with Crompton. So what's happened here, by the way, is we've just dropped these coach off as well. So these actually go into a portion that go run down to Swanage. The problem with the 33 is that the controls are really sensitive. I think it's got the AP stamp on it as well. I can't remember. Pretty certain it is. We need to slow it down to 40 just for this short section. We turn to the right. This is where the junction is for Swanage. So we're literally into new territory as of this junction. Between here and Weymouth, it is 20 miles. I think I dubbed it with about 30-mile extension when I streamed it. It was actually it's 20 miles. Maybe 21 if you include the tramway as well. I think the tramway is about a mile. So gradient-wise, it's not overly strenuous for the most part. It's only the bit between, I think, after Dorchester, like up way and into Weymouth. That's the main struggle. If you're on Steam, it's quite a run. I think if you're coming out of Weymouth, it's the bigger one. If you're going to Weymouth, it ain't too bad. Put on the overview just so you can see what's going on with the scenery. As you can see, the detail and the attention to it is just as it was on the original version. It's lovely. There's plenty to see in terms of how far the scenery goes as well. I do love the older routes because obviously the foliage is not as wacky as it is these days on modern current railways. Back then, obviously, steam locos would have kept a lot of the foliage back. It's just little things like the old road signs and stuff like that, just make it a little bit more. There's lovely little crossing boxes as well, and just general buildings along the way. It's quite interesting as well when we stream the route. A few of the team were in the stream as well, answering some questions, and like, to put it into like perspective of how an old route could be built, it is quite hard. Obviously, you've got to research all this stuff, and apparently a lot of the details for stuff like the stations, Network Rail had an archive and they were all in there. So, and through like the freedom of information, they managed to obtain a lot of blueprints and stuff. Hence why things are so accurate. Which is pretty impressive, really. A little bit around here. I think it's here with the canal. Yeah, it's here. This bit's absolutely beautiful. I think I'm going to use this as a thumbnail. Especially for the open sort of on the top. It works for the text. I love that scene. It's beautiful. What it reads and stuff. So tranquil and picturesque. Must be fantastic watching trains go past that. But yeah, the fact that they managed to find so many blueprints for station stuff in their archives of like, by Network Rail is pretty impressive. No doubt lots of books as well. I know they have a lot of books in the library. Stuff like bridges, just the general scenery and stuff, how things looked. You can never have enough books to build a route. Making our next stop at Wool. I think I might have done 3 different pronunciations now. Wool, Wool. No doubt someone will tell me off in the comments, so I do apologise in advance. I'm not from the area, but to me it just says wool, but I'm pretty certain it's not wool. Cows. This platform's ace as well. It's got the tanks on it, which I'm pretty certain come from the Caledonia Works pre-war asset pack. Be very careful with controls in this thing. It's so sensitive, and I probably have to have a bit of a shot, but rear coaching platform, I'm not bothered. So yeah, I've got the loading platforms for the tanks. We'll load them onto Warwell's little flats here. Love the models. Again, custom stations throughout, as you expect, and all the like the detail and the signage and all the posters. Really do make everything stand out. But yeah, having the blueprints for this stuff is pretty impressive, really. The team at the moment as well are, have just started doing assets for the upcoming Somerset and Dorset route. absolutely fantastic looking route as well. If you follow Golden Age Developments on the not Facebook, sorry, if you follow them on the Facebook as well, but do follow them on Discord. They've got a fantastic set of different channels on there, all the route stuff and all the photos that come up are really good. Screenshots of project progress and whatnot. Yeah, they've just started doing asset development now for that route as well, so impressive stuff. I think there's a couple of pictures on their Facebook page actually of Bath Green Park as well, which is like night and day from the original because it used to be obviously Cuju on the old original route. So at the time of video on this, obviously, it's still not available. I haven't got any manuals, unfortunately, to go over anything. If I remember correctly, there's a couple less requirements for Phase 2 from V1. I can't remember what they are, though, but there's 2 requirements that had been taken off. I think one of them potentially might have been West Somerset. I can't be 100% certain on that, and especially on the second one, but yeah, it has been made a little bit less on Hayware. Obviously, having the pre-war pack in here adds a lot of assets. All the customs that they do as well, obviously, to get things looking how they should and where they should. But when the route does come out, I'll put the link into here anyway. We may well end up being able to do something else anyway, another video or stream around then. Probably be more of a stream, if anything. Route runs really well as well. No issues in the FPS department, as you can see. The only thing you get is the usual random stuff, but TS is a lot more stable, I find, since the new update. Which is great. I do find the FPS a little bit better as well. Stuff like this is like these cranes and stuff like that, and it's like a little brickworks or something, or a building site, and you've got the generators with lamps on the top, which I think is really cool as well. Never seen assets like that anywhere else before. Really very good. Even this is in like sort of early access for the donates and stuff. I actually seen a scenario 2 already been made for it, so when it comes available for everyone, there's already going to be some scenarios available to get yourself into. Looks like the route comes about 5 or so scenarios, I think. Again, without the manual, I can't be 100% certain, but I've got about 5 scenarios in here, I think. This is the down Rural Wessex, technically. I've swapped it from what it was meant to be to have a Crompton on it. The steam failed, we put a diesel on it. It does look good with a diesel. And I have actually seen on Phase 1 there was some scenarios where the Class 33 in this livery did actually appear on, so it's not technically wrong, so. Because again, this is one of the things I always admire them for, is like these bridges, but then they have these huge wide embankments and they're perfectly smooth. The patience to obviously do that is fantastic. I think a lot of it is done with lofts as well these days and custom assets, but a lot of it as well, I think originally a lot of manual smoothing as well to do it. There's a little station here, a little caravan park. Just again, details. This is Morton. Quite a small platform of the little local stoppers would call in here. A little sign with some goods as well, little goods platform. Little truck workings, locals. We'll probably find we might be a little bit early into Weymouth on this. Not a problem. Obviously, we're not driving a steam local, there's less work to obviously do. We'll just get on our way. But obviously, showing it in this sort of view gives you a good wide angle of how things are looking throughout. Big allotment on left here. About 4 miles to Dorchester. I'll explain how Dorchester used to work and its layout, which I only learnt during the stream. It was quite interesting. It's quite hard to believe how it used to operate, but we'll cover that shortly. We'll pop in the cab and we'll let you just enjoy the next couple of miles up to Dorchester. Right, so Dorchester, an interesting one. When I came in on my first drive during the stream, I thought what basically happened, I think that was a bay platform, but what happened was up and down services all call it as one platform, but it turns out that's not quite the case. So what happens is anything going back on the up to London used to come here and obviously get so far, but then what it would do would reverse back into this platform, which I'm thinking is pretty interesting, but also pretty weird. It's an odd way of doing things. I mean, surely you just put two platforms here, but they did it that way. So yeah, very interesting. Quite a cool thing to learn, to be fair. So there's a little bit of information for you there if you didn't quite know. But no, another lovely example of a station, and this is obviously where the blueprints come into its own, because there's just so much detail in the canopy alone. You've got all the shop stuff and everything around the back of here, like that as well, like that grand sort of like design on the back there with the column, like the post and stuff like that. It's a lovely station. Sadly, doesn't look like this these days. This platform long gone. There's a platform. I think the platform is still here on this curve potentially, but there is a platform somewhere around it. There's obviously the station's still here. The other line comes in from Yeovil, is still here as well. Dorchester West is still here. So yeah, I mean, it's changed a fair bit. Some clicking going on. I have no idea what that is. It sounds like signals. Yeah, there's lots going on. They've got a shed as well. There's all this. So again, finding the details to get the sheds right. There's a lot of work being put into it. A lot of research. The models are absolutely superb. You've got turntable as well. These turntables are newish. These were built in-house by one of the Gad's asset builders, Ash Burgess. And these did actually feature, I believe, on the West of England as well. So it's not the first time they've had an outing. But again, they were a lovely model. All the detail in here as well. Pits. Little platform here for goods. It's just the detail everywhere. I mean, oh, I've got left here plenty of time. We're a bit early. It's just little details like that. Obviously, you got your old signage there for the narrow bridge, and then pavements and shops and all that jazz. Detail is everywhere you see, everywhere you look. A very talented bunch. I do think that Golden Age developments as well have done an absolute world of wonders for the Steam enthusiasts, alongside obviously like Steam Sound Supreme already. But having these, bringing all these fantastic routes, the high quality that they are, I think has really helped the payware Steam side flourish as well. For the likes of like Caledonia Works, who is an absolute machine that pumps a Steam loco out every couple of days. It's not every couple of days, but it feels like it's just so quick, and the detail he puts into his locos as well. There's done a lot of stuff that covers these routes that Gad do, and you've got like you've got Bossman as well. Not Bossman, no, it's PLD into Precision Loco. They as well do all the locos that work on these routes. Steam Sound have done stuff as well at work on these. Yeah, it's great to see that the Steam area is well covered. It's a very bright future for Steam stuff, to be honest. ETS. Just coming around here as well, just the signal box on the top of the station up there as well. Prime view. And a little water tower as well. Just lobbed async keys on here just so we can get time going. Little box here as well. Signal seems to make noise when I go near them. This is Dorchester Junction signal box as well. Just sits proudly there in between the two lines. That's the line to Yeovil, and that's the line that we're travelling on. There's a loco coming. It's a good. We can sit here and watch that. Where's the sun? It's there. We want to be sort of here, don't we? I think I might have missed this actually, to be fair, when I potentially drove. Can't quite remember. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. We'll sit here and watch anyway. There's this line of a GW branch as well. So obviously this is where you see Great Western stuff. There we go, little treat for you there. Right, so Weymouth is our last port of call. It's only 6 miles, but this is the obviously this is where the climb comes down. We're on a 1 in 79. This is a little bit where you're going to do some of the work, but it's worse coming in the other direction. A lot more, a longer gradient, I believe. It's literally from the start as well, straight into it. As you get a little bit of a run up coming out of Dorchester. We've got Monkton, Came, Holt. I had to actually do this last time because there's no signage on this little halt. It's a very simple platform. So you can see literally the crest of the summit there, and it's downhill and all the way to Weymouth. It's not weird then. It's like a... I think it's just the foliage that changes its LOD. Look, nothing on the GAD side of things. It's the actual. I'm not sure if it's the VP foliage. Got an interesting mod. Sort of like flattens itself. Love this little bit here as well. You've got this little box that just guards the entrance and that exit of this tunnel. This is Bincombe Tunnel Signal Box. It's got a little bit there. I'm presuming banking locos must use that. I remember when this bit was being built and this was being shown off on the Discord and all this box and that appeared, and that was pretty cool to watch how it sort of came to how it is. Process. You see now, it's a 1 in 52 drop. It's quite a difference from the other side. We were doing a 1 in 79. It's a bit more grueling going the other way. Grand tunnels. This is Upway Wishing Well. Fines, Land Rovers, Flyby, and Typhoon. We've got a new in Typhoon. This as well uses the GAD track. The same track that was used on the west of England as well, so it's a second sort of outing. There's a little interesting bit here as well. There's a little branch that goes off in that direction. No idea where it goes to. This is Upway and Broadway. Broadway spelt with a W-E-Y, not a W-A-Y. This station I think is still here today as well. I'm sure I think it's just called Upway these days, unless it's a different location, but there is still a station at Upway. So not too far from Weymouth. You can just see in the distance the island of Portland has popped in as well, so you can see that. The Portland branch isn't included with this, by the way. I did watch an interesting video actually on YouTube, which randomly popped up just after we did the stream. It's like everyone's watching, spying. There was actually some footage of the Portland branch of the last train on there. It was quite interesting, to be fair. Some decent footage. Another station here. What's this one? Another little halt. Radipole. But again, it is absolutely lovely. The detail you can see just here as well, just on its own, like the telegraph poles are all in, and detail in the gardens. We've got all the sheds there as well. We'll come have a look at this in a bit when we actually come to a stop, because I won't. I'll make sure we don't open the door. So I want to go and have a look at the tramway, and we'll have a look at this as well. We'll also look at the tramway. Level 5 we're going to. If you look at this compared to what it's like today, it's an absolute shadow in these current times. There's not as much here. There's only a couple of platforms on the station these days. Also, it's taken over by retail. All these sidings aren't here anymore. All car parks and stuff. The old signal box over there as well. We'll have a look at in a moment. There we go. Right, this is Weymouth. So, we'll start back at the top and work us way down to the tramway in order. So, coming into Weymouth, you come past the grand sheds that was once here. And the detailing here is absolutely superb. You see the deflectors, that obviously where the smoke goes in. Stops it sort of bellowing around the place. Bits here as well. Especially when light comes in, it's pretty special. I think for me, this is I think this is a special thing as well. This is really cool. Now, this actually works, by the way. We actually tested it on the stream after we drove past it because I was quite curious. So basically, it's a coaling stage. Obviously, the coal wagons will come in here, they tip it all into here. Fill up these little carts, and if you obviously put your tender under here and you click the clip point, these move, and then they come to the end here. They sort of tilt themselves, tip themselves into the tender. Really cool. It's a cracking little model, that, isn't it, though? There's turntables up here again as well. So then moving down, you've got the signal box. Bridge. I'm not sure the bridge is new. Maybe, I don't know. You've got a big water tower here as well. This lovely signal box. .3D font on there, the text. So we've got good shed over here as well, all detail in there. So obviously the guys have obviously done the homework here, they've done the research, they've found all the details, the blueprints and everything and whatnot. And it's enabled them to construct some really, really special assets for the route. Capturing that detail. Scamble. Little freight vehicle thing which would obviously transport things around to and from goods yards or taking them to like other places. Like, I'm not sure they would come off the train onto these and they'd actually take this around, like, for example, Weymouth, and go and deliver whatever it is to where it needs to be. I think that is probably what they would have done. Yeah, road service vehicles. That's an AEC Mammoth. Major. Mammoth Major, is it? They're lovely models though. These are absolutely fantastic. There's another one here. Another mammoth, a different type of mammoth. It's got a box on the back of that one. And again, another scammer, but that one's got a box on the back of it. Excellent. So, station. Huge station compared to what it is these days. It's not as many platforms nowadays. This side's still here. All this on this side. And I believe there's a platform sort of here. Everything else is now occupied by retail park and car parks and all that jazz. I think the station's as welcoming these days compared to this. So there's a station. There's little, I presume for cars. Looks like car travel maybe. I don't know. Looks like a ramp for vehicles to go on board on. And then we go to the tramway, which starts off here, as you see. Plenty of detail, road markings. And this is lovely in its own right. If you've got the low coast for it, you can do a bit of pottering around down here. Little loops and stuff around here, obviously industries and ships coming in. All these boats and that as well. I think these are actually being sort of custom built for the route. Really, really nicely detailed. Grand old ships. Shoot for anchor. And some smaller vessels. Got a paddle steamer. Actually got all the detail underneath it. Wow. Impressive. I think all these have been done by Caledonia Works. I'm pretty certain the Caledonia Works that have done these. These steaming, look. It's either it steams on its own or they've put some emitters in there. I'm not too sure. That looks absolutely fantastic. You've got the drawbridge as well, old and custom. I've been over here before. I remember seeing it actually open as well for boats come through. Doesn't actually animate in the route. They did say they had thoughts about potentially doing it, but obviously it's just not happened for whatever reason. Got lights on it as well. Came down here many years ago, stayed here, been here a couple of times, and I did get a boat ride out to Portland from here. God knows why, because there's not really much there. This itself is lovely. The whole tramway's been sort of built as custom like blocks and set into the rails. It's all the right height, so obviously the wheels fit into the concrete and that. It's just so much detail. Everywhere you look, there's something to look at. The platforms here, cranes. Where they just sort of like fish market and stuff around here and that. If you've never been to Weymouth, it's well worth a visit. It's a lovely location, lovely place to come to. You've got the stations, like platforms for the station, but obviously boat trains. The Duchess of Hereford. Quite huge, quite a big platform to be fair. It goes quite a way back. You know, these little sitting areas as well, which I think are really nice. The platform comes up down here, so that trains can run around and go back. Got North Fort as well, a basic representation. This is, you can actually come here and visit as well. This is a really nice place to come to. I've sat on this, one of these. Sort of, I think this one actually, to be fair, is facing that direction. I remember coming here and sitting on it. You can actually go and have a look. So, yeah, it's an interesting little place to come to. Then you got the, I believe it's the pavilion. This did burn down, but a new one has actually been built in its place, sort of like to mimic the original. It was a, I'm not sure it was a theatre. I think it was a theatre. I thought it was a hotel, but it's not. I believe it's a theatre. I'll do a promenade down there. And where's the stations over there? So there we go. That is phase 2 of the upcoming very soon Dorset Coast route. Do keep an eye on the GAD site. Obviously, if you're a subscriber, you've already a donator to the GAD, you'll already got this. So if you did donate and you've not noticed, go and have a look in your emails. You might well have a copy of it. No doubt this will be around soon, and you'll be able to play it if you've not obviously supported. But yeah, it's a lovely route, and the team have done a sterling job. Really, really nice. It's an enjoyable drive. I've done it a couple of times now. But yeah, brilliant stuff. Thank you again to the GAD team for allowing us to have a copy of this and stream it and show it on a video. I hope you enjoyed it. Any questions, put them in the chat. No doubt GAD may well see them and might be able to answer some of your questions as well. If not, always follow the Discord and get on there, and you can always ask a question on there as well. Well, for now, thank you for watching. I'm going to wrap things up there. We'll do another video very soon. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, hit your notification bell for future videos, and catch you on Twitch on a Friday and Sunday at twitch.tv/trainsim_TV. But until then, thank you for watching, and bye for now.